Okay, good morning, everyone. Excuse me. We're going to go over the answers to the official Christopher Columbus Day quiz. I'm going to give you the answers and give you a little bit of background. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. But the first thing we do is look at the sources. Okay? These are the books that I take these answers from. First one is The Life of Admiral Christopher Columbus by his son Ferdinand. This was actually his second son, Ferdinand Columbus. He was born to Columbus with his mistress, who was a Spanish woman he met while in Spain working and trying to get his idea of going across the Atlantic Ocean to get to China. And he met the woman, had a child with her. And Ferdinand was very close to his father, and he took all his father's notes and made it into a book. Believe it or not, it was not translated fully until the year 1958 at Rutgers University, and this guy, Benjamin Keene, got the contract to do that, and he did a good job. The second good book is very highly illustrated by Svidor-Ner. That's really his name. It's called Columbus and the Age of Discovery. This one was done primarily for the 1992 500th anniversary of the voyage in 1492. Here's another good book. This one is John Dyson's book and photographs by Peter Christopher. And it's very highly illustrated, and it is a good source book as well. And then the other book, the Life of Christopher Columbus, is in a hardcover and softcover. That's a softcover. And then you have Columbus: The Four Voyages and The Life of Columbus by Edward Everett Hale. So those are the main books that I have used. Now, movies. My favorite movie is this one, again, for the 500th anniversary. It was done by the Salkind brothers, who also did Superman in 1978. And Marlon Brando was in that movie, too. So you had Marlon Brando, Tom Selleck, George Corofas, and Rachel Ward as Isabella. Good movie. This one is also good with Gabriel Byrne. I believe that most people know him. Gabriel Byrne is an Irishman. Oliver Reed, English. Max von Sydow and Faye Dunaway played Queen Isabella. This DVD or it was a DVD, very hard to find. Okay, it's not well stocked in any stores. And then there's an older movie with Frederick March as Columbus, and it follows pretty closely with the Discovery movie. Then you have 1492, The Conquest. This is not my favorite movie, okay? But a lot of people like it, and it came out also for the 500th anniversary of 1492. Now, in addition to those, you also have documentaries, and you can go on to YouTube channel, and you'll see there's many documentaries. A lot of them, you go on YouTube, but they're History Channel productions. And here's two right there. There's a third one. Some of these are very short, 4 minutes. This one's an hour. What is this one? 2 minute, 2 hour. This is 2 hours. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Very quick. And there's a lot of them on YouTube, if you're interested. Pro and cons. Some hate Columbus, and he was a fake and a fraud. Others are very good. Some of the History Channel, most of the History Channel ones are very good on Columbus. They soften a lot of stuff so they don't get criticism. His History Channel tries to appease everyone. Okay, so now we're going to go to the quiz itself. And if you look... Okay, so now we'll go to the official Christopher Columbus Day quiz, okay? and we're going to go over the answers as quickly as possible. This could be long. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. Try not to be greatly winded by it. Okay, where was Christopher Columbus born? In Genoa, Italy, which is in northern Italy, and he's Genovese. He was very proud of it. His whole family was from there. What year and day? Okay, he was born in the year 1451, and most books say October 31st, 1451. So when he died in 1506, he died in May of 1506, he hadn't reached his 55th birthday, so he was still 54 when he died. Next, number 3, did he have a father who was related to a Roman senator of ancient Rome? Yes, this is what he told the king and queen of Spain, and we believe that this was true, that on his father's side he's related to a Roman senator, and that gave him a little bit of, kind of an in with the Spanish court, and that comes from one of the movies called The Discovery. He talks about that in the movie. What was the name of his first wife? I have to go look. I forgot her name. Hold on. Okay, so if we look at Wikipedia for this answer to that question, you'll see that they show it 31 October 1451 when he was born, and Genoa, Republic of Genoa. And now, his first wife, his spouse, was Filipa Moniz Perestrello, and she was Portuguese. She was a member of the Portuguese royal court. Her father was some kind of a minister in the court of the King of Portugal, so he got a little bit of royalty from that too. Now, his domestic partner, his mistress, was a Spanish woman, Beatriz Enriquez de Arana, and he had 2 children, Diego and Ferdinand. He had a brother by the name of Bartholomew Columbus, and I believe he had a second brother named Diego as well. So he had a brother named Diego and a brother named Bartholomew, who also became a famous explorer too. All right, so back to the quiz. The name of his first son was Diego, and Diego became the royal governor of Hispaniola after Columbus was removed from that position by Isabella. Was Columbus the royal governor? Yes. So that answer is yes. Number 7, was Columbus recalled by Queen Isabella? And I just said that. Yes, he was recalled because of complaints that he and his brothers were ruling the colony of Hispaniola, which is now Dominican Republic, and they were getting a lot of complaints, so they sent a boat to go pick him up and bring him back in chains. And he talked his way out of it. He said, hey, I had to do something because they were going crazy. Now, where are we? 8. Did Columbus have a mistress in Spain and have a second male child named Ferdinand? The answer is yes. I've told you that. Number 9. Did his son Ferdinand accompany Columbus on 2 of the 4 voyages? Yes. In the book, this one, The Life of Admiral Christopher Columbus, it clearly states that, okay? And then we go back to number 10. Did Ferdinand Columbus, his second son, write a book based on written records and his own eyewitness testimony? The answer is yes. We just covered that. Number 11. Was the Book of Ferdinand translated to English in 1958 by Rutgers University? Yes, I went over that too, right? That's this book. And so we covered that. Okay. Did Columbus have to leave 39 sailors at the site of his first voyage landing? called San Salvador. When he returned to Spain in 1493, because the Santa Maria, the flagship and the largest of the three, ran aground on Christmas night 1492, and the answer is yes, that is what happened. So 39 sailors were left on San Salvador, and in the movie, they go over this very clearly in this Christopher Columbus Discovery movie, which is on VCR and DVD. And they go over that very clearly, and it was a disaster. They all were killed by the Indians. And you can watch that in the movie. True or false? Columbus made 4 voyages to the New World between 1492 and his death in 1506. Yes, that's true. He actually finished the last voyage in 1504, and then he got back to Spain and died in Valladolid. I think it's called Valladolid, Spain. So he died in Spain. On his second voyage with 17 ships in 1494, Columbus found an island in the Caribbean where he found evidence that the natives of that island had participated in cannibalism and had actually eaten everyone on the entire island. Yes, and again, this is from the book by his son Ferdinand. So that's true. These warlike tribe was called the Caribs, and they were very bad hombres in the Caribbean. Everybody was frightened of them, and that's where the ocean got its name, the Caribbean, from the Indians called the Caribs, who were reported to be cannibals. And they also did one thing more that was really hideous. They would actually capture young boys and men, and they would castrate them and fatten them up and then eat them like cattle. And that's in the book as well. Are most of these facts in the book written by his second son? Yes, that's true. Number 16. We celebrate 12 October 1492 because it is the birthday of Columbus. False. No. The answer is no. 1492 is the date he landed in the New World. 12 October, it was just before his birthday of Halloween. And that would have been his 41st birthday. His 41st birthday, because he's born in 1451. Columbus was given the royal title of Admiral of the Ocean Sea by the King and Queen of Spain because he succeeded. Okay, the deal was, in his contract with the King and Queen of Spain, is that when he found new lands, he would be designated Admiral of the Ocean Sea. It's kind of an honorable title. So the answer is both yes and no. Here's why. Yes, he found new lands, but they weren't the ones that he was looking for. So there's some dispute of whether he actually got that title or not, okay? Queen Isabella of Spain agreed to fund the trip to the New World in 1492 because she had succeeded in expelling all the Muslim kings from Spain. Is that true or false? Yes, that is true. The Muslims had been infiltrating or occupying parts of Spain for a long, long time. From approximately 800 AD, the time of the famous Holy Roman Empire, and Charlemagne. And that, from that time until this time, 1492, many parts of Spain were Muslim occupied. She, through a series of wars, expelled all these Muslim kings and took over their forts. And one of the big ones was a place called Granada. And she did that. That was the last stronghold of the Muslims, Muslim kings in Spain. And she expelled them on the New Year's Day, January 1st, 1492. And that's why she was in a good mood to give Columbus his wishes of 3 ships. And then number 19 is is it absolutely and totally politically correct that Columbus was the first man to discover a sea route across the forbidden ocean sea, the Atlantic Ocean, from Spain to the New World? Yes or no? Yes. I never say to anyone that Columbus discovered America. I would never say that. I mean, I used to, and from our perspective, it was true, but a lot of people objected to that because the Native Americans were here. So, what I tell them now, and it completely wipes them out because they're so ready to jump on you, if you say it this way: Columbus was the first man to discover a route across the Atlantic Ocean from Spain to the New World. That is absolutely true, it's politically correct, and they cannot refute that. They cannot. Number 20, Columbus never ever said that he had discovered America, even up to his death on 20 May 1506 at the age of 54 years old. True or false, yes or no? Yes. He never thought that he had discovered America. He never said that, and neither did his son Ferdinand. That is a complete misunderstanding of the situation. And if you remember, the guy who actually got credit for discovering America for many, many years was Vespucci. Vespucci, Amerigo Vespucci, who America is named after, for more than 200 years, had the notoriety of being the one who discovered America. And then in the 1700s, scholars began to see that this was wrong. And Columbus was then redesignated as the true discoverer of the New World. And again, that was from the European perspective only. Okay, so that's the quiz. I hope you did well. And if you have any questions, see me after class. Thank you. Bye.